Today's message: always be willing to change your circle, those that are close to you. Reason being is because someone who knew you isn't the same as someone who respects you. You have to ask yourself better questions like, who clapped for me when I was rising? Or better yet, who disappeared when I needed their help? But my favorite, I do mean my favorite, who stood silent while others attacked me or talked behind my back? Welcome back, all my free thinkers, to another episode of Grow Rich, Grow Happy, that place where we follow the breadcrumbs to wealth. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about a big question that I hear in the community often. When should I sell my Zebec, ZBCN tokens? When should I sell them? Or one of my other favorite questions, how many ZBCN tokens should one hold? We're going to discuss all of that as I want to prepare you guys for what seems to be just an inevitable future for ZBCN and the millionaires that it is going to make. Yes, I did say millionaires. Of course, this is not financial advice because it all depends on your tolerance, your risk tolerance, and how long you plan to hold. So I plan to help you with that, guys, in this episode. But before we go any further, do me a favor, smash that like button, give me a sub, hit that bell notification so that we don't miss any of these videos. I said we, didn't I? Because I don't want to miss them either, but I really meant you, so that you don't miss any of these videos. We get a lot of views, get a lot of returning viewers. But as always, make sure, you consider subscribing. I hope that the information that I give you is educational. Remember, this is not about me. This is about you guys. If you get value from this, just smash that like button. Give me a sub. Also, I'm going to be talking a lot about how to prepare your future wealth in ZBCN, but it goes a little bit deeper than that I'm not going to cover today. It's all about self. And if you want to help yourself, you want to pick up my book, Overcoming Self for Crypto Wealth. You can pick it up over on growrichgrowhappy.com. And if you get the paperback, you will get a complimentary exit strategy emailed to you. And as we talk about exit strategies in this video, you're going to see why no one is safe without one. So you want to make sure you go over there, check that out. I do have download editions as well. Look down below, get you a cold storage wallet. I offer a 10% discount on a Tangem cold storage wallet. That 10% can be applied to other wallets that Tangem has, and they already have discounts, I believe up to 20, 30%. You tack on my 10% and bam, you got fireworks. So guys, make sure you check that out as well. All those proceeds do go to support this channel and all of the hard work that we do here. Now let's get down to the nitty gritty. Now, the reason I wanted to talk about this video is because I have history with bull cycles and things, and I know I've missed out on so many opportunities, but a lot of it was my fault. Hell, all of it was my fault, and I don't want that for the free thinkers. I don't at all. So here's the thing. The biggest thing that I find with people is they don't know when to take profits. A lot of people really don't know. And the other thing is sometimes, a lot of times, they have such lofty goals that they don't take anything and they end up riding the crypto market down. So I've broken things down and I have notes here. I actually broken things down into 4 rules that I follow. And if you want even more, just pick up my book over on growrichgrowhappy.com. But rule number 1, never think in tokens, think in percentage of your portfolio. Now, we often talk on here, and as you know, we talk about how many Zebec tokens you have, and a lot of you say, I have, like one guy, I believe you said, I know you do, you said like 25 million. I was like, wow, that's a big allocation. I don't know what the rest of your portfolio look like, but the reason I say never think in tokens and think in your portfolio is because I always believe that everyone should really, if you're not doing this, you're really taking big risk, and depending on your risk tolerance, that's fine. But I always believe in diversification. I'm going to diversify over everything. So when I look at thinking portfolio, what I'm really saying is you want to think in how much you have allocated to any particular token. If you're holding ZBCN, you want to think how much you have allocated to it. Now, everyone is not crypto warriors like we are here. They're not free thinkers. So for maybe someone who's new to this channel or new to investing, you're probably going to take more of a conservative approach. What that looks like is, if you're someone who is very conservative, you probably have only maybe 5 to 10% in cryptocurrency, and you may have the rest and things like maybe like your 401k or stocks. And you say, okay, I do see where blockchain is going, so let me put a little bit maybe in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and stuff like that. And then, so those are the top. But remember, this person is conservative. Therefore, they're probably only going to have like 1 to 3% in something like Zebec, because Zebec hasn't finished their plumbing. Even though we see everything that's going on, they still, that particular person that is conservative, they're a little bit afraid. They don't want their token ZBCN to keep them up at night. No token, guys, regardless what you hold, should keep you up at night to the point where you're thinking, wow, if it goes to this number, I'm rich. But if it doesn't go to this number, I'm hurting like a big dog. No one wants that. And I really don't want that for you guys, which is why I say diversify. So your goal should always to say, how much am I willing to risk? And ask yourself, be honest, am I more of a risk taker, or am I moderate to conservative? Somebody who's like, I don't want to risk too much. A lot of that too could be based on your age. I notice older people tend to risk less, and I believe the opposite, that if you're older, at least in my case, I'm like, if you're older, I'm going to risk more, because I don't know how much longer I have on this earth. So, but that all depends. Everybody's built different. I'm a free thinker. So it's based on that. So think in terms of how much you have allocated. And of course, if you have everything tied up into Zebec, we're going to go over some things what you really need to consider when it comes to that. Okay, guys. Now, for my next rule is going to be how much ZBCN is enough. So for that, I'm going to jump over here. We're going to jump over here to ZBCN right now. And I have it over on the long chart for how long it's been out. And you got here at the very peak, I think we hit like 207. We was headed toward a penny. Okay. So how much should you hold? Based on that, it's not about how many ZBCN tokens you hold. It's about what's the outcome that you want. What I mean by that is you should look at it based on outcome. Like, for instance, if you want to hold, let's just say, if you want $100,000, and that's what you're basing it on. If you want $100,000, you say, if I get $100,000 out of ZBCN, I'm sitting pretty. Then you should look at, okay, how many tokens do I need? And not only how many tokens do I need, at what price am I going to hit my goal? Now, that's also going to depend if you want to leave anything over. Remember, it's different for everybody else. But of course, based on what I've seen throughout this community, a lot of you guys are thinking really higher than that. You're thinking $500,000. And for some of you, lots of you, you're thinking Zebec is that millionaire token. I'm looking for $1 million. Now, depending on how long you're willing to wait for that and how much confidence you have in ZBCN, I have tons of confidence, but that's based on what I see. I'm going to have something on that too. So then you're going to have to base it and say, okay, this is how many tokens I need. For those of you maybe who are higher risk takers, you're probably going to be holding in the upwards of close to 10 million tokens just based on that. And then, some of you are going to be set at 1 cent, maybe 5 cents. And when you look at the timeline for that, that doesn't seem very far off, especially when you bake in like the Stellar partnership and all of the other partnerships they have. And mainly when you bake in their application that they have, this crypto app, nothing like it on the market. They're first to market with it. So I believe for those looking at it that way and judging it based off of their momentum and the movement that they have going forward, plus we have a possible XRP partnership coming up, you're closer to your goal than maybe someone who needs it to hit $1. So I look at it in that term. So based on that, you need to think in terms of how much you actually need. Now, I want to jump to another one because this one right here is extremely important. Now, my next rule on this is you don't need to sell based on price. You sell based on plan. That's rule number 3. Now, this one is extremely crucial, guys. You have to have a plan. I know we talk a lot about ZBCN and what we're going to do. We're going to ball out. We're going to do all these great things. But if you don't have a plan, you're only planning to fail. What do I mean by that? What I mean is you need to sell according to your life. Everybody's life is different. For some of you, it only takes maybe like $80,000-$90,000 to get out of debt. Now, based on how much you hold, you want to, and this is how I look at it, you want to sell based on when it can make a life-changing scenario work in your life. Now, I always say also, always take your initial profit. Yeah, that's one option you can take. You can take your initial profit if you say you're holding 5 million Zebec, or some of you might be holding like 2 million or something like that. Take out whatever it took you to get to that. And I want to jump over here because I want to look at this. Let's just say you got 2 million Zebec. 1, 2, 3. Okay, you got 2 million Zebec, and it costs you roughly right now. It's going to cost you $4,720. You want to get to a point to where you can take at least that out. You can take out your initial profit. Don't be crazy. Don't be too bullish to the point where you say, I'm letting it ride to $1. Yes, I understand that that's the goal for a lot of you, but at least take out your initial profit. And I always say, invest that into something else. Maybe, pay something off. But I say diversify, buy some of the other assets that we talk about, especially if you're following the market and you see where everything is going with a lot of these crypto financial projects that we have out here. Maybe buy some Bitcoin, maybe buy some Ethereum. Again, I'm just taking a balanced approach because I know everyone here don't have the same temperament for a lot of the assets that some of the other people here, the free thinkers, the ones who just going all in. We're going to talk about that too. So sell when it solves a real problem in your life. That's basically what you want to do, guys. And then at the end, you want to make sure that you've checked off some of them goals. If your goal was to maybe create a business, then sell enough so you can do that, but have a plan for that business before you sell it. Also, if you want to pay off your debt, pay off your family's debt, sell when it makes sense like that. Or for everybody always looking for financial freedom. So I say sell when financial freedom is knocking on your door. But the last rule that I have is, should you sell everything? I have a rule for this that I keep pretty simple and plain. And that's never go all in on anything and never go all out. Now I'm going to talk with you face to face with this one. Why this one is so important, even when you look at projects like ZBCN, is I say you never sell everything because if you believe in something that as strong as a lot of us believe in ZBCN, why would you dump everything? I'm always going to leave like at least 30% to continue to ride. And with things that I've been checking out over the weekend, just with the economy, just with this whole new world order when it comes to global finance, I'm like, Zebec has already proven that they're here to stay. However, also, and this kind of feeds backwards into knowing when to sell. Never get so handcuffed to a project that you can't see the shift coming. Meaning, if your original thesis on something that you're invested in starts to change, like maybe the narrative change or some of their partnerships with ZBCN or something fall apart, when things like that begin to shift and change on your project's end, then your portfolio needs to change too. Never just follow blindly. You are dealing with your situation. Just because Mr. Forsyth or another YouTuber out there is telling you, oh, we're going down, we're going to the end. You still have a family to take care of. And not only that, you still have your own finances. So you want to be able to shift and move with the progress of your project. So if their goals and things start to change, then you should change as well when it comes to your portfolio. And that's just being honest with you all. So, I also say never go all in. And I think I've made myself clear when it comes to that and going all in on anything. You don't ever want to get to a point that so much of your portfolio is allocated to one particular area. And this goes with stocks too, to one area that you're up late at night, because no one knows the future. No one knows what is going to change when it comes to the economy. They could decide all of a sudden to just go a completely different way. Now, all of your money that's tied up in a ZBCN or something is just going belly up. And then now you have high anxiety. You're stressed. You're like, how am I going to get some of this money back? I don't want that for anybody. So I'm just as bullish on ZBCN as everyone else. But I'm also diversified, which is why I talk about other assets as well. But from everything that I'm seeing now, I'm loving what the future for ZBCN looks like. But the last thing I wanted you guys to get caught in is that buzzsaw and not knowing when to sell, or not taking any profits, or at least taking out your original investing, your original investment. Because when you take that original investment out, now you got all of those profits, or not profits, but yeah, pretty much all of those profits that you've made, they're riding free. So if anything was to go belly up and you say you miss out, you do get to sit back and say, well, I didn't lose anything because I took my original investment out. Let me know down below, guys. What is your plan? What is your long-term plan for ZBCN? If you want to learn a little bit more on investing in crypto and how to position your portfolios and get you a complimentary exit strategy, swing over to growrichgrowhappy.com. Pick up my book, Overcoming Self for Crypto Wealth. And to the next one, this is your boy. I'm out.
My heart rages around like an ocean.